G'day, it's Ryan the Lion. Welcome to A Few Quiet Yarns, and this is a yarn with one of our lovely sponsors of AFQY May 21st, Andrew Steele, or as he's better known as Steely, from Rethink HR. So, as we always do, let's start off with introducing yourself, Steely. If you could give everyone a bit of a picture of you so we can meet the person, and we'll come back to the business later.
Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, Andrew Steele. Steely is commonly known as. I'm married with two young adult children. One's sitting in Dunedin and Otago, mulling over what next in terms of COVID, and another one about to head back down to Wanaka, studying the outdoor education program at Mount Aspiring. So he can't wait to get back to the mountains and do a bit of skiing. So yeah, that's me.
Fantastic. And both of us ourselves from Dunedin. And I see you got a lovely background there. It looks like it's probably somewhere between Cromwell and Alexandra, or is that something? I know somewhere at the back of Wanaka.
Linda's past kind of way. Yeah.
Yep. Nice. And with level 2, you can go skiing. I saw a post from NZ Ski about the fact that you can go skiing. So you'll be heading down yourself for a bit of a blat on the planks.
I plan to. Yes. The old body still can manage chucking the sticks on and going down the hill. Yeah. Yep.
Fair enough. And of course the mulled wine or 20 at the end to warm up those chilled bones. Hey, so it's fantastic, and let's crack into our next question. What impact are you making? So this is where we get to talk about the business, and you have a stellar career and background, grown or born out of HR up through the ranks of the big roles and big companies. And with that, I'll hand over to you to give us a bit of a rundown of what you're doing now with Rethink HR.
Yeah, look, Rethink HR is my own little brand of HR, broader people consultancy, business consultancy work. I kind of do lots of change and transformation work, remuneration benefit side of things, HR strategy, people strategy work. So a kind of array of clients, and big end of town to the smaller, medium sizes to the very small startup-y type things. I kind of run as a HR as a service type model as well, and just try and support businesses using that experience you referred to, Ryan, to help them grow and develop and morph into something they want to be.
That's brilliant, yeah. And the important thing at the end of all of those things that you do and a great experience you have are the people, and of course it's all there in place to help them or help the companies to get their people to the places they need them to be to get the outcomes that everyone's after. So, gee, that sounded very very outcome generic talking that I'm trying to stay away from. Here I am doing it myself. But it ties in nicely to AFQY careers, and AFQY being all about the people. So one of the wee things we'll insert there is the work that we're doing together between Rethink HR and AFQY careers, and a couple of clients that we're working with, and as I like to put it, the experience or science that Andrew brings, and the School of Hard Knocks sort of experience from being on the other end. Through my own personal experiences, not as a result of Steely at all. But I know I've nearly stumbled over that one, but yeah. So the idea is that with AFQY being very people focused, something I really wanted to get involved with. So we have partnered, and while I've got all the passion and having been through the experience, I need the science, the experience, the education that comes with the likes of the Man of Steel here. So great wee partnership to bring the two together. So thank you very much.
Yeah, no, very exciting. And obviously during challenging times, that kind of support's going to be even more important for organisations to help the people and people to help themselves as they start to think about their next steps in their career.
Yeah. Well, let's keep it brief for the people and move on to question 3. We'll come back to all that detail in due course, and that's just a bit of a teaser to get you thinking about the fact that there's something happening. And the next question is, what's your AFQI experience?
Yeah, look, I've been heading along for the last 2 or 3 years, and every time met somebody new, met someone different, whilst there's just the regulars who seem to hold up the corner of the bar and the likes, and take court. There's a whole bunch of new folk, and just little things. I remember talking about one guy that I knew and met his team, and they had reinvented an app, and the app was working really well, and it just talked a wee bit about that. It was just great, great conversation, and you always leave with a bit of inspiration about what's going on out there in the real world, because of the types of people that attend. So it's always entertaining and interesting to meet some folk who are doing some amazing stuff out there.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for being a part of it, because as I say, without every attendee, you each wouldn't have the experience you get. So thank you for being a part of it. And yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people that are senior like yourself do talk about the fact that
Thinking on my age.
No, senior is an experience, capability. Although I could bring out the ill-fated story.
Yeah, okay.
So I will tell this part of the story, right? So this is the AFQI experience, right? A long time ago, I was standing up and it was at the old venue. We're going back probably 5 or 6 years ago, and everyone was looking while I was doing the introductions. I was introducing people, pointing them out, they're putting their hands up, and everyone's going, "Oh, yep, that's Rod Snodgrass. Oh, yep, that's Glenn Willoughby. Oh, yep, that's Vanessa Sorensen." We got to someone, I said, "Hey," I can't remember who it was actually, funny enough. I was like, hey Mark, why don't you tell your friend there to turn around like everyone else is? And this guy gives this fella a nudge, and all I can see is the back of this guy's head, and he's fervently talking. And then he spins around and goes, "Oh, this is my mate." And I said, "You don't need any introduction. That's Andrew Steele. I recognise him." And the look on your face was priceless. It was quite funny. But yeah, so our family,
right along.
Our families go way back together, back into Dunedin and Otago. And I was almost debating whether to wear the Otago jersey for the interview rather than the AFQY one, but we'll stick with AFQY. So that's cool. And what's the coolest thing in tech for you at the moment?
Oh, look, my personal view is just a couple of things that are happening, obviously, post-COVID, and debating it with a number of clients is what they do next. And there's been so many lessons learned. And I was reflecting on that recently and thinking back to a strategy we pulled together in a previous organisation. We talked about this kind of 3D concept, which is all around about design thinking and using elements of design thinking to create innovative thought and get the best ideas out of the people that you've got and work with. And I've seen that work really, really well, and the outputs are amazing. And the second piece is all around diversity, the other D, and kind of using the resources and people you have to get the thinking going. And the third piece was around the workplace and the digital workplace and digital workforce you require to be successful. So I was kind of thinking about post-COVID, those things are going to be even more critical, especially the digitalisation of the workplace. And I think we've all learned the good and bad about what it's like and what it feels like, and that'll only improve. And I think organisations have got to start to shape themselves for that future, and whether it's how they, the adaptable workforce, who they use as people to get things done, what kind of AI and other technologies are going to start taking hold. So yeah, I think this is an amazing opportunity, and it's going to be very exciting over the next 3 to 5 years to see how New Zealand reacts.
Hey, look, thank you very much for working with AFQY Careers. Great work you'll be doing with Rethink HR. So thank you very much for your support and being part of the team for May 21st, which of course is the big IT reboot. And there will be a lot of people that are potentially in or not in work or lost their contract or whatnot. And that's a time for everyone to get together and potentially make those connections. And also, we're here if anyone wants to have a bit of a yarn. So with that.
Thanks, Ryan. I think just one final comment is that the research post GFC showed how many companies started up during that time, and this is the opportunity for New Zealand to do the same. So yeah, if the next AFQY session can start to get that conversation going, brilliant.
Oh yeah, imagine how many startups of great people from different places with all this experience could pull together and get going. Good to see you. See you soon.
Take care.
Bye.